front of the net.
There's a shot. That one went wide. And now here comes Kennedy in transition. Well, just dumping into the zone. Chasing it down himself is Vodnovic. Vodnovic couldn't quite pick up that puck. Now from the far side boards, they're not able to clear. A big hit in front of the student section, and we're going to get a penalty and a little scrum right in front of the Bloomington Kennedy bench. It will be a penalty against Northfield, but we'll have to see if there's any retaliation. There is not. A good discipline there by the Bloomington Kennedy player, and the Eagles will go on the power play. So heading to the box is going to be Nicholas Cavermo. And now I think Dave Dillon wants an explanation from the referee. He's looking at him. So Kevin, I was talking about how it was a good job by the Kennedy player not to retaliate. We of course saw something interesting, I think on Saturday with the Eden Prairie versus, who were they playing on Saturday? I'm drawing a blank.
Prior Lake.
I was going to say an Eden Prairie player drew a penalty, but he got caught for the retaliation to get it offsetting, so.
And that's exactly what happened here too,
Yeah.
so. Nice job by Northfield again.
Oh, they did, yeah.
Nice job to take down a Kennedy player with him, so you got even strength on the ice.
As you said Saturday, if I go down, I'm taking you with me.
Exactly.
It's got to be one of the toughest plays in hockey where you get hit hard, draw a penalty, and then the guy who hits you decides to give you another little love tap.
Right. How are you not expected to retaliate?
Yeah. I've always wondered why they just don't go 4 minutes to the guy who started it, then 2 minutes to the guy who retaliated. It seemed to make it more fair to me. Either way, though, it'll be full strength for both squads. As will remain 5-on-5. Northfield will clear it into the Kennedy zone, but it will be icing. So a good turnout over in the Bloomington Kennedy student section. In the games I've done over the years at the Ice Garden, I'd say one of the better turnouts they've had with the students, so good to see them with their school spirit and supporting their squad this year.
It's a brand new season, first home game of the year, so I would expect them to come out and certainly answer the call.
It's tied up in that far side corner, 10:50 to go in the second period. Northfield leads Kennedy 1-0 here on PSB and DEC TV. Like to have your games streamed. No matter the sport, we can do so here at PSB Media. Also have some ways to make some extra revenue for your booster club. So no matter the sport, no matter the team, if you'd like to get your games online, whether it's the entire season or maybe just a few, contact us, psbmn.com. And a great centering pass over to number 16, Swenson, but he couldn't get it cleanly on his stick. That was a good looking pass, and he was open. A missed opportunity there for the Eagles.
Yeah, that was one of the better executed rushes of this game, or even sequences in the offensive zone. But Swenson, went down to the knee to try to corral the puck, but just couldn't hang on and get off a clean look.
Is it just me, or have we seen that a lot in this game? A ton of shots with guys on their knees. Maybe having a little trouble with their balance in this game.
Yeah, I have noticed them taking some shots from their knees.
I know it looks cool if you score that way, but obviously you don't get a whole lot of power doing that.
Right.
It's a good highlight reel goal if you get it to work.
Maybe they're all catchers too. So they're just practicing getting out of their squat and throwing on to second or something.
Now the Eagles will fail on that outlet pass as again they'll ice it, looking for number 7, Derek Mendel, on that play. Both guys who were penalized will come out of the box. As we're at the 9:40 mark here in the second period. Don't forget, if you'd like to follow us on Twitter or email us in the broadcast booth, you can do so. psbchannel2@gmail.com. Also click that link below your game tracker screen and we'll be more than happy to read your messages on air. Like to say hi to anyone who might be watching or give us your thoughts on the game, feel free to do so.
Brett, would you like to say hi to anybody?
I'd like to say hi to Kevin Hagstrom, who I think is videoing this game tonight.
Hello.
Yeah. Kevin providing some very good camera work for tonight's game. Derek Mendel not able to quite clear. Kennedy will have to retreat. And Beacom had it for a moment, and looks like we're going to get a penalty coming up, as this one's going to be against the Eagles. So Northfield will get their second power play of the game, as heading to the box for JFK is going to be Nathan Petzinger. We'll see what the Raiders can do here on the man advantage. It's been a struggle all season, just 1 for 11. Kennedy's penalty kill, 5 for 7 so far this year. And loose out in front, they had the goaltender Marks sprawling around, and I think they're going to get Marks for purposely pushing the net off. It was a smart play in theory to try to kill the play and push the net, but I'm wondering if they might get him on a delay of game.
Well, the referee was right there. It was blatant. About as blatant as you could be.
Let's see if I can pick it up here on the replay. Yeah, it was very blatant. Yeah, you can see it right there.
It's like he's doing a sled drill in football. Just went right to the crossbar and shoved it off. The referee whistled it and went over to talk to him immediately.
Well, they're actually going to let him get away with it, so hey, it works.
Play the ignorance card.
Usually goalies try to make that more subtle, where they maybe kick it with their leg or something, but no, he got right up and pushed it with 2 hands. Indeed, they are going to get him, so it's going to be a 5-on-3 for a minute 50 for Northfield, a golden opportunity. A big turning point in the game. Big moment. Northfield's 5-on-3 for a minute 45 now. As there's a shot turned away by Marks. Kennedy will try to ring it around the end boards, and they're not able to clear it. Good job to hold it in by Papke. Papke to the point. They now get it over to the dot. They go across. There's a shot. Good job to get it across to Papke, but it got tipped up into the air and went wide.
That's a nice rotation by Marks defensively there, too.
Again, they go across to Papke. Takes a deflection, and they don't score. No goal. It looked like that one hit the far side goal post and maybe just trickled along the goal line. It didn't go in.
I know it ended up. Marks was kind of upright in his stance, and I was surprised by that. I saw the puck kind of dribble between both his skates, and then he immediately went down. Not sure how he was able to keep that one from crossing the line, but nice effort there.
I don't know how that puck didn't deflect and go in the net. And on the play, Northfield actually just picked up a penalty. So we'll have some 4-on-3 action coming up as both teams are over at the bench. The referees are talking to the coaching staff and head coach Mike Ludcraft, letting him know what happened on that play. But again, what's importantly, the 5-on-3 advantage is gone, as well, momentarily they were going to send a Northfield player to the box. Actually, a penalty shot. And on the penalty shot, a save made by Marks. Wow. A lot of action.
A lot of crazy different things happening in the last couple of minutes. And every time Marks has come up golden.
So Marks, yeah, you are absolutely right. Has been a big story so far. Picked up the penalty to lead to the 5-on-3, and then they just had a penalty shot. Northfield fails to score. And they actually will remain 5-on-3 for another minute 10.
Andy Carroll took that penalty shot, but again, better job by the goaltender in that one-on-one scenario.
So Northfield will have it at their own blue line. I didn't even know they were doing a penalty shot. It all happened so quickly. So initially they sent the Northfield player to the box, Carroll, and they decided to make it a penalty shot instead. I'm guessing someone may have... Yeah, they did get Jensen for a delay of game. That was the reason for the penalty shot, perhaps covering up the puck while it was in the crease. Anyways, back to action. There's a shot from the slot turned away by Marks. Northfield has it at the point. They give it to the top of the circle now. Up to the point, they go to Torbenson. Blocked. 25 seconds left of the 5-on-3. Penalty-filled second period for the Eagles. There's Carroll. Carroll takes a shot through traffic. That goes wide. Don't even think it hit anyone on the way. Raiders maintain possession. Carroll thinking about a slap shot. Passes it over to the left side, and another good block made. This time by Jacob Wells. Stays in the zone. Kennedy is one man short. 5-on-4. That shot goes wide. Takes a big rebound off the end wall, and they're not able to hit it home, and now we get a whistle. With just under 7 minutes to go in the second period as Northfield fails to score on the 5-on-3 and also the penalty shot.
And just 4 seconds left on the man advantage as well. So unless they can score in the next 4 seconds, continuing to not put up goals with the man advantage, a big credit to Marks in particular on this series.
And Kennedy is full strength as they dodge a big opportunity for the Northfield Raiders. And a missed opportunity for Northfield as they still lead just 1-0. Now you have to wonder if the momentum is going to start to turn Kennedy's way as we have a couple of players tied up in the corner. Meanwhile, Kennedy will carry it up through the neutral zone. There's a long shot from beyond the blue line. And gloved and saved by the goaltender, Bielenberg, who hasn't seen a shot in quite a few minutes.
Checking to see if he was still awake down on that end.
Yeah, that was a long, long shot. So the face-off will be left of the Northfield goaltender as it's tied up along the near side boards. And Northfield able to clear it. They're now 2-on-1. Here comes Bartho, and he scores! Northfield takes a 2-0 lead as the Eagles give up a 2-on-1 transition opportunity. Northfield again opportunistic with the offense, and they lead 2-0.
Bartho's second goal of the game, fourth goal of the season, just going 5-hole on Marks, challenging him as he worked his way to the left face-off circle, and a nice location on that quick wrister to beat the goaltender Marks. Again, Marks playing well tonight, but that time Bartho getting the better of him.
So for Bartho, that's his second goal of the night as well, as he's off to a good start this season. Up 2-0, and I wonder on that play if you could see on the replay that he perhaps had Marks thinking that Bartho was going to try to make the centering pass. Here comes McWilliams, and he's denied on a breakaway opportunity as he now gets clobbered into the boards. Now thrown out in front into the slot. That weak shot by Eric Swenson goes wide. A good response here for Kennedy, trailing 2-0 to get a couple of good opportunities. Now it's Northfield again in transition. This has been an area where the Eagles have struggled. As they trail 2-0, they'll pass it over to the right side. And get it out to center. Here comes McWilliams, who's probably been their best offensive player so far in this game. Seems like every time Kennedy gets an opportunity, McWilliams is a part of it. As it'll be shot into the zone by Lucas Halverson. Eagles will leave it for Beacom. Beacom out to the left side. And a nice centering pass to Vodnovic, but he couldn't gather it up. It was perhaps a little behind him. Now an odd-angle shot is saved by Bielenberg at the 5-minute mark of period number 2. So face-off will be in the Northfield zone. And it's cleared out to neutral. Jensen to dump it in. picked up by Lochter. Still loose, there's a shot, and it's loose out in front after getting it through some traffic. They try the wraparound, and Bielenberg again there to deny the Eagles, putting on some good pressure here over the last couple of minutes. Not able to cash in, still trailing by 2.
Well, defensively, it was a nice job clamping down in front of the crease as well by a couple of his teammates to help clear the puck as quickly as possible. And so far tonight now we've seen the Kennedy Eagles get some good centering plays and crossing passes as well, but no one's been at home in the low slot in front of the crease to be able to, anchor that or get a tip in. And maybe it's a strategy they might try to implement in the remainder of this second period going into the third.
Off the face-off, it gets pushed into the corner where the Raiders will have it. Raiders get it out to neutral. Now it's, Merrick. He lost it. Kennedy with a 2-on-1 if they hurry, but a good defensive play to Andy Carroll to stand up. Eagle attack, and there's a hard hit into the corner. There's the goal scorer, Bartho, who has both goals in this game. Now 4 on the season, and having some trouble with it were the Eagles. A turnover, but Northfield not able to make him pay for it as it's tied up in that far side corner in the skates. Have a couple of players battling for it are Dornbush and Eric Swenson. They're still trying to dig it out. Now they get some help from teammates. Flipped up into the air and cleared, and possible 2-on-2. And swatting it into the zone with Swenson. He'll go off on the change. Dangerous stick handling in front. Northfield able to clear it as they dump it down. And apparently dumped it before he crossed the red line, as that'll be icing. Usually the referees give you the benefit of the doubt, I should say, when you're dumping it near the red line, but the referee said no, you dumped it before you crossed it.
He just had his vision corrected.
He had some LASIK surgery.
Yeah, you could tell the difference.
Nice play off the face-off, but McWilliams had his stick tied up. Looking for a shot. Now Northfield from their own end wall. They'll send it into the corner where it gets tied up. And cleared out to center ice where Jensen will pick it up. Jensen will retreat behind his own net where he gets met by Northfield's Lucas Halverson. Jensen to pass it to a teammate on that left side. And the Eagles are able to get it outside their zone. And both these teams playing in new conferences this season. There's a turnover in front. Kennedy again can't capitalize. As I was saying, both teams playing in new leagues this year. Northfield no longer in the Minnesota as that conference dissolved after last year. They're in the Big Nine. Kennedy left the South Suburban Conference to play in the new Metro West Conference. As they try to get the home run pass up ahead to Adam Vodnovic, but again, Eagles just having some trouble receiving these long passes cleanly.
Yeah, they've been in great position numerous times tonight, including Roars just moments ago out in front at the doorstep, but couldn't get a clean swing at it. And went for an easy save made by the goaltender.
It's live action now. Northfield will kind of backhand it outside the zone. Good job there momentarily to hold it by Swenson. Now Northfield is able to get it out here. They come in transition. Able to avoid a check with Griffin Locker. But they turn it over. Here's Kennedy. Losing his stick handle with Matt Saarinen. Now a shot bounces way up into the air. It's still loose in the slot. And somehow it gets through to Bielenberg, but he stays aware and is able to make a save. It's another one of those goalie nightmares where you see a puck bounce a mile in the air right in front of you. Not a whole lot you can do except wait for it and hope no one on the other team gets it.
Yeah, kind of a strange play. Didn't think the puck would land right back in front of the crease, but it did. So heads up, awareness by the goaltender and the Raiders defensively.
Minute 25 to go, second period. Northfield leads Kennedy 2-0 here on PSB and BEC TV. Raiders will be very happy to go into this second period as there's a weird deflection that came close to going in the net. That was the break Kennedy needed, but again, Bielenberg, good heads-up play to make a save off to that very bizarre deflection.
His teammates are trying to score on him now.
Yeah, take a look at that nasty deflection off a Northfield defenseman. Well, minute 10, Raiders trying to get through the second intermission with that 2-goal lead. And again, Kennedy turns it over in their own zone. Here's a shot for an odd opportunity, bounces into the air, and still thrown in front. That puck going everywhere with some weird bounces here towards the latter minutes of the second period. Strange bounces, but we remain 2-0 Raiders. 40 seconds as it's tied up along the end wall. Kennedy will pick it up. Waiting, and there's an odd angle shot. That one goes way wide. Jensen to hold it in. 27 seconds. McWilliams, a shot through traffic, and they score! Not sure if McWilliams will get credit for the goal. I think he may have had that shot tipped, but a smart play by him to throw it to a whole bunch of bodies in front, and it trickles through for Kennedy's first goal of the game.
Looked like Rohr's got the stick on it on the deflection right in front of the left post. So we'll see if he is credited for the goal. But again, as you said, McWilliams with an excellent rip on the top of the right face-off circle to set up that first goal scored by the Eagles tonight.
That'll come with just 23 seconds left. Close to possibly being hit by the upper part of the body of the player. Rowers in front didn't hit his stick, it looked like, so a high sticking call out of the equation, but it's 2-1 now, as that's a big goal for Kennedy, and a tough break for Northfield. They were close to going into the second intermission with a 2-0 lead. Having a very good period. And they're going to say no deflection, so McWilliams will get credit for it. And turned over again by Kennedy in their own zone. They have to clean that up, but fortunately for them, the Raiders shot it wide. 5 seconds left, and now we get a penalty at the end of the period with under 5 seconds to go. And that's a tough break there for, well, let's see. Yeah, it will go against Kennedy, so, boy, that's not what you need. As soon as you score a goal to cut the lead in half, to pick up a penalty at the end of the period.
Well, yeah, Grant Johnson just got caught hacking right at his own team's crease. He's the guy who assisted on that goal moments ago. So makes a good play and then a silly play.
See what Northfield can draw up at the end of the period. Good defense played by Kennedy as they don't allow a last-second opportunity. As we head to the second intermission, the Raiders on top of the Eagles 2-1 here on PSB. And make sure you stay tuned as we have a good one on the way. Good game here between two teams in Class 1A. Stay tuned as we'll have some second period stats and analysis to pass along to you. You're watching high school hockey on PSB Media and BEC TV.
Get out to the forest.
Let the kids connect to their roots. It's gonna be so much fun. Yeah! Woo-hoo!
Hey guys, wait up!
And discover the wonders of nature with your family.
These trees are the key to our way of life.
Fresh air.
What a glorious morning!
Clean water.
Woohoo! This is great!
An endless forest adventure.
Let's rock this jungle!
Yo, this is untapped territory.
How amazing!
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him opening his own clothing store at the age of 18? 1 in 138,000. Excited to be a part of pop culture, he packed for the big city. The odds of finding someone to invest in his vision? 1 in 4.5 million. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference.
Sometimes when you return from a deployment, you bring back more than you can carry on your own. Military Pathways can help lighten your load. Through our anonymous online self-assessment, Military Pathways can help you get a clearer picture of how you're feeling and whether you can benefit from talking to a healthcare professional. As you transition from the front lines to the home front, help can be a click away. Visit steptohealing.org for your free anonymous online screening. Military Pathways. Take the first step to healing.
It's harder whenever there's a bigger group. Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
Have you taken the 40-gallon challenge? Take your pledge to conserve water. The 40-gallon challenge is a call to reduce water usage and encourages people to adopt new water-saving techniques. Drought, population growth, and increasing water demands have put stress on our water supply. Reducing water usage not only saves this precious resource, but saves you money too. To find out how to save 40 gallons of water a day, visit your local UGA Cooperative Extension office or www.40gallonchallenge.org today.
Oh, look, a redhead.
Staring contest.
You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Hart, what's going on?
I'm leaving.
Why? What did I do?
Not enough. You constantly ignore me. You barely eat anything healthy. You're half as active as you used to be. The pressure is just too much. I quit.
Okay, I get it. I'll do better. Just please, don't leave.
Okay. But remember, if I go, you go.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Second intermission from the Bloomington Ice Garden with Northfield on top of Kennedy 2-1 here on PSB Media. Let's give you a scoring recap of that second period. And as we had 2 goals scored, the first was at the 6:16 mark as Eric Bartho, I should say, picked up his second goal of the night to give the Raiders a 2-0 lead. Kennedy scored with 23 seconds remaining as it was Jory McWilliams firing a shot near the blue line through traffic. We thought it was tipped in front. Scorekeeper said not. So McWilliams gets credit for his goal as he cut the lead to 2-1 as that's where we stand. Northfield on top of Kennedy 2-1 here in the second intermission. Looking at the power play summary so far in the game, Kennedy is 0 for 1. Northfield is 0 for 3. They're in the middle of their fourth power play, which will carry over into the third period. They'll have a minute 56 of power play time to work with. Of note, though, was that Northfield had a minute 50 of a 5-on-3 power play to work with midway through the second period, but they failed to score. They also had a penalty shot in the second period and also failed to score, so some missed opportunities for them as they just lead 2-1. Looking at shots on goal so far in the game, it is Northfield on top of Kennedy in that department, 19-18. Take a brief look at our friends from Follow the Puck and see if we have any out-of-town scores to pass along to you. And some other good games taking place, including Burnsville versus Edina, and also Bemidji against Northfield, or Bemidji against Moorhead, I should say, in a big Section 8 AA matchup. And we do have some updated scores for you. We have Detroit Lakes leading Northern Lakes 5-0. Farmington is on top of Rochester Mayo 1-0. Burnsville leads Benilde St. Margaret's 4-3. And we also have Stillwater on top of Hastings 4-0 after 2 periods. East Grand Forks is on top of Kitson Central 3-0. And we have Irondale and Mounds View scoreless after 1 period. And Egan and South St. Paul are also scoreless after 1 period in their game. Again, those scores are courtesy of Follow the Puck. You're watching high school hockey here on PSB and DEC TV. We will take another timeout and have the 3rd period on the way next. Make sure you stay tuned for that. Have a good one brewing here from the Bloomington Ice Garden with Northfield on top of the Kennedy Eagles by a score of 2-1.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
And move over. When you see lights, vests,
Or reflectors.
please give us some room. Slow down and move over. When you need us,
We've got your back.
do you have ours?
You got our back?
You got ours? You got our back? Please, slow down.
And move over.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him going on to fascinate millions with his talent? 1 in 260,000. The odds of this born racer having 157 career top 10 finishes in NASCAR? 1 in 125 billion. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year? 1 in 195 million. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I'm NASCAR driver Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
preventing wildfires. That's all Smokey wants for his 70th birthday.
Nice, nice.
Can I help you? Keep your eyes on the road, bro. You've got a lot to see. Oh my, oh my. Whatever it is distracting you, it ain't worth dying for, son. You've got a life to live.
Here we go. Yeah.
Keep your eyes on the road, bro. We've got a lot to see. Oh my, oh my. Keep your eyes on the road, bro.
Have you taken the 40-gallon challenge? Take your pledge to conserve water. The 40-gallon challenge is a call to reduce water usage and encourages people to adopt new water-saving techniques. Drought, population growth, and increasing water demands have put stress on our water supply. Reducing water usage not only saves this precious resource, but saves you money too. To find out how to save 40 gallons of water a day, visit your local UGA Cooperative Extension office or www.40gallonchallenge.org today.
Sometimes when you return from a deployment, you bring back more than you can carry on your own. Military Pathways can help lighten your load. Through our anonymous online self-assessment, Military Pathways can help you get a clearer picture of how you're feeling and whether you can benefit from talking to a healthcare professional. As you transition from the front lines to the home front, help can be a click away. Visit steptohealing.org for your free anonymous online screening. Military Pathways, take the first step to healing.
And welcome back to the Bloomington Ice Garden here on PSB and also BEC TV. Thanks for tuning in to tonight's game. Don't forget you can also watch on BEC TV live on your TV. So a lot of different ways you can tune into tonight's broadcast as we're underway here in the third period, as Northfield will have about 1:50 of power play time to work with, as they're already up by a goal and trying to get that insurance goal as they'll carry it into the Kennedy zone. They'll have it near the dot. They'll pass it up to the point to Andy Carroll. Carroll will get it. He'll play catch with his teammate Tanner Rupi. Turned away by the goaltender Marks. Rupi across they go. Couldn't receive it cleanly near the dot. Now fired. Another save made by Marks. And the Eagles are able to clear it. Northfield with 1:15 of power play time to work with. They'll carry it out to neutral. Pass it over to Papke, but he was denied. Pass not quite on the mark. Slowed down by Bielenberg. They'll pass it over to Papke. Papke overshoots his teammate, and they'll allow Jensen of the Eagles to waste some more time. 49 seconds remains on a man advantage. And again, Northfield just not connecting on these passes, and it's allowed Kennedy to shoot the puck down a couple of times to waste a good 30 to 40 seconds. There's a problem Kennedy had in the second period connecting on some of those outlet passes. Now it's been Northfield having some trouble. Now here come the Eagles shorthanded. McWilliams will just dump it in. 19 seconds to go on the Northfield power play. See what they can do here on this last rush as Noel will dump it in. And is tying it up along the end wall is Eric Swenson. Up to the point, it's Olsen. Olsen, a wrist shot through traffic, and a good save made by Marks. A lot of bodies in front of him, but was able to keep his vision on the puck to make the save.
Yeah, he put himself in a great position to make that save. You know, kind of in between the butterfly and standing up, and even though he was screened, able to track that one and make the glove save cleanly.
And off the face-off, Kennedy will get possession. I'll pass it over to the right side. Slowing down his rowers. Nick Williams. Very strong game with the Kennedy goal and also creating a lot of opportunities outside of that. Nice job there to hold it in by Swenson, but he lost it. Now Northfield, 2-on-1, another transition opportunity, but a good defensive play by Jacob Wells to just swat that away. Kind of like a fly swatter swatting away an insect.
Wells, one of the returning starters on the blue line, did a great job carrying the play to the outside away from his goaltender and forcing the issue.
Oh, fancy dancing now on his backhand over the net. Eric Bartho looking for the hat trick. Great move to get around two Kennedy defenders and is trying to go high blocker side on Marks.
Marks, what an excellent job to stick with that after a brilliant play from Bartho.
Bartho of Northfield and McWilliams of Kennedy putting on a good show in this game, creating a lot of opportunities, and they're the only two goal scorers in the game. Now here's a 1-on-2, as it'll be Dornbach getting slammed into the wall by Jensen. Spinning around is Alachinsky. Alachinsky to bank it off the half wall, he'll get it out, but it's taken over by Von Ruden. Von Ruden will carry it himself up along the right wing boards, and he'll just snap it into the zone. Here's Connor Jensen, one of the more experienced Kennedy players. I remember calling his name, and he was just a sophomore during the 2012-13 season. Jensen with 16 points last year, so far 14 points this season. Some hitting in the corner as the puck trickles behind the Northfield net. Von Ruden getting hit hard by Galachinsky. A little spin move there by Olsen to get it ahead to a teammate. And now the Raiders are off on a change. 12.5 remains third period. Northfield on top of Kennedy 2-1 here on PSB and DEC TV. They'll pass it over to the right side to Papke. Backhanded into the zone by Torbenson. Goaltender Marks selected to play it. Eagles will skate with it up along the right side. Now Jensen works his way to center. Big slap shot. What a good block made. I think Papke got in front of that one. Now Jensen will have to wait for his teammates to touch up at the blue line. Northfield will have it from the far side corner. And the puck will get shot out of play. At psbchannel2@gmail.com. Click that link below your game tracker screen if you have any thoughts on the game. Want to email Kevin and I here in the broadcast booth. And psbchannel2@gmail.com. Off the face-off, Northfield will have it. They'll play it up along the far side wall. Well tied up near that circle along the boards. And McWilliams able to avoid a check. And lost at Northfield, going to be 2-on-2 in transition, but they'll just dump it in. And now a penalty coming up on the play. It'll be against the Northfield Raiders, so Kennedy will get their second power play opportunity. Might get a high sticker interference call coming up. So the goal scorer, Eric Bartho, will head to the box, so that's a double win for Kennedy. Get the power play, and you also get Northfield's best player tonight off the ice.
Yeah, great opportunity, as you said. See how Kennedy handles their second power play chance. They missed an opportunity for a power play in that second period when there was offsetting penalties.
Bartho is off for roughing, and Northfield is able to clear it. The Rowers to pick it up for the Eagles. Rowers along the left wing boards will stick handle into the zone. Through some traffic, trying to get it to his teammate Wells. That was broken up. Marks to slow it down. For a guy who hasn't had a lot of varsity action, Marks has had a good game between the pipes for the Eagles. As McWilliams will dump it in, chased down by Beacom. And Beacom spinning around in that lower dot, able to get a low shot on net, loose in front. No one was there to hit it as the net was momentarily empty. Now there's a long shot from Jensen, steered away by Bielenberg. Kennedy again gets it near the end line, and Bielenberg there to gather it up for the save. A little more than a minute left on the power play, and a little more than 10-20 remains here in the third period. Northfield leads 2-1. Interesting stat to pass along to you. Kennedy, a very good third period team this season. They've outscored their opponents in the third period 3-0. Meanwhile, Northfield has had their struggles in the third period. They've been outscored by their opponents by a 5-1 margin, so you would think that the Eagles would have the advantage here in the third period. Kennedy fans wanted an interference call or holding the stick, and a good job there to hold it in by Derek Mendel. And now Northfield able to clear it. Under 40 seconds on the power play. Marks will ring it around the end wall, but no teammate was there, so Northfield will just send it right back into the zone. Here comes Swenson, dumping it in. Checking it up will be Galancheski. Now it's Stophammer. And that puck somehow trickles out in front, but again, Bielenberg able to cover it up. Also on Twitter at PSBMN, Kevin, our camera guy, has been tweeting between periods. We have the latest on Jefferson, Kennedy, and Eden Prairie Athletics on PSBMN, as well as other hockey news. That's at PSBMN. And the power play has expired as Northfield is now full strength.
Now Northfield's keeping track, 10 for 10 on the penalty kill this season.
Very good numbers. Meanwhile, Kennedy's power play coming in 5 for 11. They're now 5 for 13. They said something has to give when these two teams met on that special teams. And now a big rebound given up by Bielenberg, but he's able to recover and make the save. One of the few times he's given up a big juicy rebound like that.
Yeah, well, a great job coming in by Jake Ekholm. He tried to pop that one through the slot, and as you mentioned, Bielenberg showing nice quickness and side-to-side movement there in between the pipes. Make two big saves on that play.
There's a shot from the top of the circle. Eagles starting to put on the pressure. Power play is over, but they still maintain possession. There's Rowers, and he's going to get called for playing that puck with a high stick, so it will be a face-off deep in the Eagle zone. We'll have an archive of tonight's game on psbmn.com. It will be available by tomorrow morning if you want to go back and watch some of the moments from tonight's game. It's been a good one so far here in this one-goal game that Northfield leads.
There definitely are some highlight moments, like the save by Marks on the breakaway, or penalty shot rather.
Absolutely. Northfield will clear it into Eagle territory. Icing waved off. As it'll be Beacom. The Eagles will have it out the neutral zone as Rowers avoiding a check, but he can't center it. Rowers the backhander to McWilliams. Shot around by Swenson into the corner. First line has done a good job creating some pressure, and now Northfield 2-on-1. And the Eagles, one of their big downfalls in the game is that they've given up some odd man transition opportunities to Northfield. Denied near the blue line. Northfield will recover, get the puck. It's Noel. They'll just dump it as the Raiders are off on a change. This third period more than halfway old. The Raiders on top 2-1. Pass handed outside the zone by Von Ruden. Overshoot their teammate, and icing waved off, so play continues. as it's loose behind the net. The team's trying to dig it out from that scrum. And it'll be picked up by the Eagles. Over to Galanczynski. They'll fire a very long shot on. An easy save made by Bielenberg. Coming up just about every Saturday. Once we hit, I think, mid-December, BEC TV will have coverage of either a Jefferson or Kennedy hockey game on Saturday afternoons and Saturday evenings. We'll have all the webcasts of those games on our website, so great way to follow along Jefferson and Kennedy hockey all season long. I believe just about every Kennedy home game should be on the air, with the exception of maybe 2 or 3, either on PSB or BEC TV.
Of course, if you know anybody or you yourself have a team that you'd like to have webcasts of, we can certainly help you out. Broadcast, webcast your games. Could be just one game or the rest of your season. Obviously, potential revenue opportunity for the booster clubs as well.
Yeah, it never hurts to have that extra revenue source, as Kevin said. You can contact us at production@psbmn.com. If you can't remember that, just go to our website, click Contact Us, and you can find our contact info, as we'd be more than happy to help you get your games on air. It's a great way for your family and friends that live out of town to follow along. Then contact us and give you a quote, and also help you make some extra revenue for your team's boosters, as we're approaching the 6-minute mark here in the third period. Still 2-1 Northfield. This has been a very quick-moving third period, as it's tied up along the end wall. Tried to wrap around, but the defense played there by the Raiders. Now they're 3-on-2 if they hurry. It's Torbenson centering it towards the net. Now a rebound momentarily given up by Marks, but he recovers in time to smother that puck.
And an outstanding job by one of the senior blue liners for the Eagles, steering away that right winger on the odd man rush. Connor Jensen did a nice job slowing down the break. Still a pretty good centering pass from a tough angle to set up this faceoff.
Puck is behind the net of Marks. Kennedy try to get something going in transition. And they're able to poke it up ahead to Skophammer. Here's Skophammer. And defense played there by number 3, Andy Carroll, to cut off his angle and not let him have the front of the net. Halverson can't clear it as the Eagles shoot it right back into the zone. Now a hard hit into the wall. Northfield fans wanted a penalty. They don't get one. And now the puck again goes into the ceiling. With under 5 minutes to go. We're at the historic Bloomington Ice Garden, facility that's host a lot of Section 2, Section 5, and Section 6 AA playoff games over the years. A lot of great contests have been played at the Ice Garden. Haven't been here before, definitely check it out. One of the more historic ice hockey venues here in Minnesota. Here's Northfield. Chance to try to get the insurance goal. That was Connor Maleka. I was thinking he was trying to center that rather than actually shoot it. A good defense play there by Kennedy. Now the Eagle fans want a penalty. They're going to get one, as they'll go on the power play with about 4.5 minutes to go in the third period. So they draw the penalty, and we'll have a golden opportunity to try to get this game tied up.
Yeah, number 11 can't believe the call. Jackson Cloud got tied up with an Eagles player and maybe wanted the penalty going the other way. Instead, it's whistled against him.
I wonder if they're also angry about the no call they had on the end wall behind the net in Bielenberg that I know some Northfield fans.
Yeah, kind of the mindset. If you're going to call it both ways.
Yeah, exactly. But it is a big opportunity for the Kennedy Eagles to try to get this game tied up, and they do have their first-line players on the ice who have created the majority of the opportunities for this Eagles team. Here's Jensen behind the net. Jensen to McWilliams. And go across the right wing. Now they leave it for Wells, but his shot was blocked, and Northfield is able to clear it. Under 90 seconds remaining on the power play. It's McWilliams from the left wing. There's McWilliams, gets it to center to Beacon, but he is tied up. Now Jensen will pass it down low to Beacon. Beacon to McWilliams. McWilliams on his forehand along the near side boards. Northfield keeping the Eagles here along the rail on the power play. And they fan on their clearing attempt. McWilliams still trying to hold it in. Now it's tied up along the far side boards. McWilliams trying to stick handle through a phone booth, can't do it. And that's just great penalty killing by Northfield, forcing the Eagles to keep the puck along the rail and not letting them have the middle of the ice. 33 seconds on the power play. Rowers will slap it into the Northfield zone. Second power play unit on the ice for the Eagles. Foot race to the corner. It'll be picked up by Wells. Now Skophammer. Beacon with a long shot, went wide. Here's Rowers. Across to the right side, a slap shot hits the crossbar. After a relatively quiet power play, the Eagles hit the pipe and nearly get this game tied up.
There's Gelachinsky flying in from the right side.
2:20 left in the game. A rebound given up by Marks, but Northfield not able to capitalize. They have possession still. Looking for that insurance goal. .205, and you'll take this all day for Northfield, having that puck tied up in the corner. They'll keep an eye on Marks to see how long he stays between the pipes, but first things first, the Eagles have to get the puck out of their own zone. Jensen able to lift it outside as Kennedy will go off on a piecemeal change. Still not able to get all their players changed. And Northfield's doing a good job here, just wasting time. Sending it right back into the Kennedy zone. Eagles can't cross that Northfield blue line. Now dumped in. Northfield will have it, and are able to get it to Maleka. Maleka lost it near his bench. And now here comes Northfield, 1:10. And they try centering it, but Marks makes the save, and I think you might almost take that if you're Kennedy to get the whistle and get some fresh players on the ice.
And their best scoring chance was when Anders came flying in from the top of the right face-off circle. Anytime you see that as an offense and that sort of set piece, you know good things are about to happen. And unfortunately for the Eagles, that rip, again, just too tall, hit off the crossbar. But yeah, both teams have been skating hard in this third period, so a well-timed break timeout called on the ice. So both these teams can freshen up their legs and prepare for the final 66 seconds.
Absolutely. So 2-1 Northfield with the lead. There's 1:06 to go. We're in the third period. The Eagles have called a timeout, and you have to think they're going to try to get that first line on the ice that features McWilliams, among others, Connor Jensen, Jacob Wells, a lot of those types of guys going to be on the ice to try to get this game tied up. We have a message to pass along to you, as this message is actually from David Johnson, the Kennedy goalie from last year. It says 4 of Kennedy's alums from last year are watching tonight's game via PSP while they're at their dorms.
Nice.
Yeah, so thanks for watching. The guys watching, by the way, Hank Rowers, David Johnson, Tom Bresnahan, and James Hartley. Absolutely, guys. We'll give you a shout out. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, and 4 memorable names from that last year's 13 and 12 squad as well.
Yeah, that team has got a good section run. Well, under a minute to go as the Eagles have pulled their goaltender, Good job to keep that in the zone as Northfield had about 2 players waiting at center ice to go to the empty net. Beacom can't gather it up, and watch out. Oh, they just overskate the puck. Northfield again with a chance to try to get the empty netter. And Jensen falls to the ice. 33 seconds left. Around the end wall, Wells will hold it in. Throws it through some traffic. The goaltender, Bielenberg, didn't see that at all. He just had his pad in the right place at the right time. Oh boy, that was close. Here's McWilliams behind the net. They try to throw it in front, denied by the Northfield defense. 10 seconds to go. Now from the top of the circle, a shot. Still loose in front. Puck still loose. Now it's tied up with 6 seconds left. Oh man, some good opportunities. I want to go back to that shot from a few seconds ago, Kevin. I'm not sure Bielenberg saw that one coming at all. It was.
Well, I wasn't expecting it either, so fooled me as well.
Yeah. Well, we'll get some coincidental penalties coming up. Won't have that much of an effect as we'll remain 6-on-5. Hopefully those Kennedy alums watching tonight's game getting their money's worth. Well, they didn't pay to watch, but you know what I mean, Kevin.
Getting your enjoyments
Yeah,
worth.
enjoyments were there. There we go.
Yeah, the game of hockey, game of inches, and many bounces just went Bielenberg's way tonight.
Loose out in front. A great play after the faceoff. That's about the best opportunity you could ask for, as they were able to get a clean shot on. And a rebound. To even get you a look at that before we get back to live action. So our clock has 3 seconds, but here at the arena there's technically 2.3 seconds left. So on a drop, your best face-off play in the playbook. And we'll see what Kennedy can do, and good job there by Northfield to tie things up at the end of the game as we get some pushing and shoving at the end. Get bodies in close quarters like that, tempers sometimes flare, but overall it is the Northfield Raiders who come away with a 2-1 victory here at the Bloomington Ice Garden as they issue the Eagles their first loss of the season as they drop to 2-1. Northfield, on the other hand, will move to 3-1 on the year.
Well, you can look at the chippiness as, unnecessary, but also you can look at it as both these teams were fighting to the bitter end, wanted to win. It just shows the passion on the ice, the competitiveness of both these sides. So no harm in, a little bit of tussling after the fact, but a well-fought game and a good victory by Northfield.
Yeah, definitely. And let's give you a scoring summary here on the game as we get ready to wrap things up. Just 3 goals were scored overall. In the first period, Northfield got on the scoreboard on an Eric Bartho goal. He scored again at 4:33 to give the Raiders a 1-0 lead. Second period, Bartho picked up his second goal of the night at the 6:16 mark. Then Kennedy scored with 23 seconds left. Jory McWilliams scored for the Eagles to make it 2-1. Then in the third period, all sorts of action in the last few minutes. The Eagles had a number of opportunities to try to get this game tied up, but couldn't quite bury the puck. So Northfield skates away with a 2-1 victory. Again, shots on goal heading into the third period were 19-18 Northfield. I know down on the scorers table they're trying to gather up the overall shots on goal for the game. And you would think Kennedy would probably have the edge in that department, getting a big flurry of opportunities at the end. Looking at power plays, Northfield went 0 for 4 with the man advantage. JFK finishes 0 for 2 on the power play. So Kevin, overall a fun game here at the Bloomington Ice Garden, and I think both teams have to be happy with their efforts as they get prepared for, well, in Northfield's case, the Big 9 Conference, and then for Kennedy, the new Metro West Conference. So,
yeah,
definitely a good effort by both squads.
Yeah, enjoyable game. These two teams pretty well evenly matched. And, yeah, just a couple of things to shore up. I'd say Kennedy, young in the season so far, just didn't quite have the timing down. Watching some of their plays, it was almost like the outlet passes were going to where the player was rather than anticipating where the player is going to be. So, again, as they work together, and this season ages, I certainly expect some more crisp passing and therefore maybe some more goals as well. Again, a great job by Buehlenberg, though, to make some tremendous saves. Also had a couple of fortuitous bounces go his way, including that big blast by Gilachinski going off the crossbar that could have proved to be the equalizer. Instead, it was just a loud shot on the net. And as a result, Northfield able to move to 3-1 on the year. Kennedy dropping to 2-1.
So a good game played, as we have one more message, as David Johnson just emailed us and said, thanks for the shout out, guys, and great job. And I'd like to thank David and the rest of the guys from last year's Kennedy team for tuning into tonight's game. A lot of fun when they can watch some of their old teammates play. Because again, that was a great senior class for Kennedy that really got their program back on the right track. So thank you guys for tuning in. And for everyone else, if you're a Bloomington Kennedy fan, make sure you follow along on our Bloomington Kennedy page on PSB to find the full list of broadcasts. BEC TV will be carrying all the Kennedy Saturday home games. We might also have another game or two that we'll produce as well on our end here on PSB. So follow along on the website, follow us on Twitter, as you can find the latest here on Bloomington Kennedy Hockey and Kennedy Athletics. If you're a Northfield fan, or even a Kennedy fan for that matter, don't forget you can contact us if you'd like to have us stream your team's games. And we can give you a quote and also give you some ideas in terms of getting some broadcasting revenue, as we can play some on-air ads to help bring you some extra revenue to your team's booster club as well. For Kevin Hagstrom, this is Brett Johnson signing off here on PSB and BEC TV. In final score, Northfield beats Kennedy by a score of 2-1. Thanks for tuning in, and have a good night.
Thanks for tuning in to live, local, play-by-play coverage of tonight's game. Catch all the action all season long on your home for Southwest Metro Sports, PSB Media. Tonight's game was brought to you in partnership with BEC TV. You can find an archived broadcast of tonight's game available 24/7 on psbmn.com.